It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And the spotlight is on Justin Herbert as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more.
It's the Panthers and the Commanders, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And CD, you look at Washington coming into play here. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2. End zone.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 28-yard line. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield, and it's picked up by the Panthers.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because they'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Second down throw for Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Howell's throw complete to Dotson. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a second and short. They'll go play action. Howell. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On first down, Howell. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The numbers from McLaurin a week ago. Unfortunately, his effort not enough to help put him over the hump in that defeat.
And let's face it, this is a guy who absolutely hates to lose. When we talked with him, he wasn't talking about the plays he made, was he?
No.
He's talking about the plays he didn't make. That's absolutely the mark of a true pro.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Strong grabs it over the middle. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. To throw again on 2nd down. Powell. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Panthers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Here's Pollard again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Nifty footwork at the 45. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. On 1st down, it's Herbert. And this one complete to Smith. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert goes right back to Smith again. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Herbert. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 27-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. 10-0 our score. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw complete there to Smith. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. He sets to fire deep. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Gets it to Strong. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Howell on the QB sneak. And he is going to have a Washington 1st down. They didn't get a lot, but they do convert on 4th. He's going to keep this again. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Herbert's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Herbert. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Touchdown, Panthers! DJ Moore, as the 1st half is winding down, and the Panthers are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half. And now it's blocked. And now Washington has it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. Before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spent a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Saints who are out in front as that inches closer to halftime. Michael Pittman, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. 2 touchdown passes for Kirk Cousins there. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. The Bears trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for Washington, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. Both teams currently making their final adjustments. We're getting ready for the second half. So we'll send it back up to FedEx Field and hand things back over to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Take it in at the 3. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Throwing again on second down. Powell. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Off play action. It's Howell. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Howell. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. And once more, Howell back to the air. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. This a 27-yard attempt here. Sly able to put this one through, and that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. Now, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore, because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Now again here to Pollard. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw complete there to Moore. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now it's Herbert. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw again on 2nd down, Powell. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and 1. Howell's going to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Howell looking to throw again. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown from 4 yards out. And the Commanders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. Howell throwing for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Right? That's true. You've said that before. DJ Moore, the Carolina offense, about to take over once again. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
70 yards on the ground for him so far. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Going to run again here with Pollard. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Here's Johnny Hecker now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Howell. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Howell. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. 3rd and long, here's Howell. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. 4th down, Howell, desperation time. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington 1st down. And an exhale there as they convert on 4th. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. It's Howell with another throw. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st down, Howell. And the man open here is Strong. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And oh, it'll be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game, but give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
On second down, it's Stevenson. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Panthers, they continue to make their case for the